Hello and welcome to the section allowing a service in the public zone. You can enable a service to run in the public zone. From the previous section, we know that by default, two services are allowed in the public or the default zone, which are SSH and DHCP version 6 client. Let's try and see if we can allow another service in the public zone. To accomplish this task, you list down the services available on the system, which you can do by using the following command. The command is firewall -cmd space -- get services. We have a long list here, but our attention is on the service called telnet. The service we are interested in to allow in the public zone is telnet. Now, telnet transmits data in clear text format. It is a security breach. In fact, it even transmits your password in clear text format, which can easily be stolen by hackers. System administrators thus do not allow it to be open in the firewall rules, even explicitly. However, in fact, it is a nifty little tool that is often quite useful. Telnet provides text-based connectivity to the Linux, Unix, Solaris machine when you do not need graphical mode. You will learn to use Telnet to troubleshoot firewall issues. Enabling Telnet Step 1. Let us check if we can telnet from the Windows system to the CentOS server whose IP address is 192.168.1.8. Open a CMD window on your Windows 10 system. Note: Telnet is not installed by default on Windows 10. You have to turn Windows features on or off to install the Telnet client. Only then you would have access to Telnet on Windows 10. Step 1 continued. Telnet 192.168.8 and we get an error message. Connecting to 192.168.1.8 could not open connection to the host on port 23. Connect failed. This command is run on the Windows part. The telnet uses port 23 for communication. Since the service is not allowed by the Firewalld on CentOS system, you cannot connect to the system using this port number. Step 2. However, how do we know that telnet is failing due to the Firewalld? You must be sure. To be sure, you need to stop the Firewalld daemon in the CentOS system and then check if telnet from Windows 10 to the CentOS system is successful. Step 2 continued. On the CentOS system, Bobby shut down the Firewalld daemon using the following command. systemctl stop firewalld. Check the status to be sure using the following command. systemctl status firewalld, and you see that the firewalld service is now inactive or dead. Step 3. Let us check if the telnet command on Windows 10 is successful in opening a connection to the CentOS system Bobby. And it is successful because it is showing you the login. Step 3 continued. Yes, telnet is successful, proving that it is indeed the Firewalld that is the culprit. You cannot, of course, have a system without the firewall. You must add a rule in the Firewalld that allows the telnet service and consequently opens the port 23 for communication. Step 4. You know that the telnet service is available on the CentOS system. To dig up information about the service, that is view its XML file, you need to go to the user lib firewalld services directory. This directory contains XML files relevant to each service. Note: an XML or extensible markup language file is used to share information between Internet and various network entities on your system. Step 4 continued, and the file that we are looking for is telnet.xml, and if we open the file using the cat command, we see that there is a description of the telnet, a very nice description indeed, and you see that it provides little security that we have talked about, and the default port that it uses 23. You can always change the port, but why should you? And the protocol that it uses is TCP. As you can see, it provides information about the telnet program. Step 5. Add the service telnet to the firewalld allow list. And how do you do that? The command is firewall-cmd space add service equal to telnet, and the response that you get is success. Note that the response is success. Since we have only public zone as default, we need not specify the zone. Remember that. In case you decide to have multiple zones in your environment, you have to add telnet in each zone. For example, to add to a specific zone, firewalld minus zone public, you can add other zones as well, trusted or internal, and add service is equal to telnet. Step 5 continued. Check if the service telnet has been added using the following command. Firewall-cmd lists the service. It will of course list the service of the public or the default zone, and we see SSH, DHCP version 6 client and telnet here. Step 5 continued. You should be able to telnet from Windows 10 system with firewalld on and your system is in the secure state. This is the desired state. Shut down the firewalld only to troubleshoot. However, the above commands that you ran apply only to the current session. To make it a perpetual setting or a permanent setting, use the -permanent flag. This is very important. So the command that we use is to make the service telnet permanent is firewall-cmd permanent add service is equal to telnet. Thank you.